one of the things that I do to ensure that my cologne is going to last long is as soon as I step out of the shower, while my body is still damp, I make sure to apply some to my chest and behind my ears. So what this is going to do while my skin is still drying, the cologne is actually going to seep into my pores, so that way throughout the day it's going to actually continue to radiate throughout my skin. And if that hack was interesting to you, I have 5 more just like it coming up after the intro. What's good, bro, and welcome to Esteemed Image. My name is Jace, and I make videos just like this to help men build their confidence through style. You can come kick with me every Sunday, Tuesday, and Friday. And real quick, I want to give a huge shout out to our esteemed guest for this episode, Lieutenant General Fuzzy. Hey man, thank you so much for being a part of the family. I truly appreciate it. And if you would like to become an esteemed guest of an episode, all you have to do is simply like this video and subscribe. Now let's get back into the hacks. So to piggyback off of number 1, the next thing that I do once I'm out of the shower and I've applied the cologne is to apply a non-scented lotion. This is going to help lock in that cologne and lock in the moisture in your skin. Again, that way throughout the day, as your pores continue to open up, the cologne will continue to radiate. Now, a pro tip again is to use something that's non-scented and light. So if you're in the market for a great lotion, this is what I use right here. It's the Walmart brand, but it literally is, it says compared to the Vaseline Men Healing Moisture Fast Absorbing Body and Face Lotion. That was a mouthful. This lotion is something I use because I have dry skin, but it has a very light scent. It's not non-scented, but it does have a light scent, and it keeps me moisturized throughout the day. So I'll be sure to have it listed and linked below. Now, before we get into the next hack, I want to give a huge thank you to today's video sponsor, ScentBird. So guys, if you don't know, ScentBird is leading the pack in fragrance on demand. So if you don't know what that means, ScentBird is going to actually allow you to try it before you buy it. So you get a sample. You can do 1 sample a month. You can do up to 3 samples a month for less than $20, guys. And again, my favorite thing about them is you don't have to commit to buying a big bottle. So if you're interested, I'll be sure to have them listed and linked in the description so you can check them out. Now let's get back to the hacks. So this next hack is something that should be common sense, but it's really not, and that is don't over apply your cologne. So I know a lot of men think that if you spray your cologne 50 times on your body, it's going to make it last longer. No, it's not. Actually, what it's going to do is going to make you smell even worse. It's not going to make you smell better because all that, you know, those fumes and that alcohol, it's just going to be too much. A good rule of thumb that I use, fellas, is 3 to 5 times. And you might think that that's a lot, but it's really not. I would consider this 1, 2, 3 here, and then on each wrist. So again, the next time you go to put on your cologne, be cautious on how many times you spray. Again, I know you might think that, oh, if I overspray, it's going to last longer and it's going to make me smell better, but it's actually going to do the opposite. So just be mindful when you're spraying your cologne. So something that I didn't even realize is that we may not be storing our cologne properly. I didn't realize this until I was doing my research on this video. If you're not storing your cologne properly, it can actually cause it to break down faster. So if you're storing it like in your bathroom, like me, which is a no-no, the moisture and everything from your shower can actually break down the cologne faster. So a good place to actually store your cologne, fellas, would be your dresser that's not near a window or some moisture, or, you know, somewhere dry, like a cabinet somewhere. So the next time you get some free time, go look where you have your cologne stored and really think about, is that the proper place? Because if you're having issues with the, you know, longevity of your cologne, it could be because you're actually causing it to break down faster because it's not stored in its proper place. So guys, this next hack was actually something that was brand new to me, and I want to actually credit my girl for bringing this to my attention, but that is layering your fragrances. If you don't know what that is, it's basically you're taking 2 different fragrances and you're putting them on at the same time. As I was doing my research, I saw that a lot of women do it, but there are also some men that do it as well. And so I would suggest that if it's something that you're interested in, to try it. For me, it has worked well in making my cologne last longer, and it gives you a unique scent. So in order to properly do this, you need to have 2 colognes that are somewhat similar, not too far off from each other. So for example, like Givenchy Gentleman Cologne and Dior Homme Cologne, those are going to be a great pair together. There are some other pairs. I will actually have an article listed below so you can check it out because I think it's really cool. And again, it's a way to have a unique scent and it's gonna help your cologne last a bit longer. So I think we've all been guilty of this last hack at some point or another in our lives, and that is simply applying the cologne to our clothes. Now, you probably thinking, well, if I put it on my clothes, it's gonna last because it's not going to fade away. And that's partially true. But here's the thing about applying cologne to your clothes. Sometimes the cologne, depending on the different ingredients inside it, it can stain your clothes and leave an oil mark on your clothes, and that's something that you don't want. I used to do it in the past because I have very sensitive skin, but again, I was over applying, so I think that's why it was causing me to break out. But now that I've toned it down some, I applied to the post points. I've seen a lot of success by doing that with my cologne. So now if you do have sensitive skin like me and you're afraid that you're going to break out, then one of the things I would suggest is if you're going to apply it to your clothes, you need to hold it away from you and spray. Don't spray it directly on, kind of mist it on. Again, I would suggest that if you have sensitive skin, don't spray it on your chest or maybe behind your ears. Maybe try the insides of your elbows and your wrists. Also, like I said, only give it maybe one spray instead of like 3, just to, you know, minimize the amount of cologne that's going to actually touch your skin. Question of the day, fellas: what is something that you do to make your cologne last longer? I'm getting more into fragrances and I want to know what I can do to help my cologne last longer, and it's going to help your fellow men out there with their cologne wearing as well. Be sure to answer the question in the description. If you're still watching, that means you enjoyed the video, so please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe. It helps the channel grow. And as always, if you're looking for a new summer fragrance, click the video on the screen to learn more.